such an asshole.
So I have an interesting follow-up question from an original consultation, and I'm not criticizing the client at all on this. I was just surprised, uh, but very much in a way that it's just wrong. It's not true. It's not a fact. Falsehood or a lie. I mean, a lie indicates someone purposely lied to you. But for example, a lot of Zoomers, you guys, they're grooming you. They're propagandizing you, and it's not political. It's corporations. They are trying to get you to think that everyone should have therapy regularly, like just as regularly as you brush your teeth or you go to the dentist to get dental work, get your tooth cleaned. You should have a therapist. Like I get gas from my car and it's this time of the week to go talk to my therapist. No, that's not normal. That's just the psychology industry trying to hoodwink you out of more money. You should be sad and depressed and angry because you were lied to and life sucks. Your birthright was taken away. You begin pretty much all the wrong information. You should be pissed off. That is the normal, healthy reaction. You should be confused. Um, and it's the same people who lied to you now they're your therapists. Oh yeah, you need better help. You need to come in there. Oh yeah, once a week, come on in. Oh yeah, you need. Oh, I need therapy. I need therapy. And this guy's asking about charity. He wants to do early retirement extreme, and he said, yeah, out of I think all of his budgets, he says, well, I could retire a lot earlier if I just didn't donate a quarter of my dividend, my income that I would generate. If I didn't donate a quarter to charity, I could probably retire earlier. I'm like, why the fuck are you donating any money to charity? And I asked him, and he's going to answer, but it wouldn't surprise me if you young people have been hoodwinked into like you have to donate to charity. What the fuck is a 40% tax rate, of which 2/3 of which goes to help out disadvantaged, poor, whatever, the unfortunate, let's just say. The fuck is that? And there was an article, I think it was CNBC, which is fake journalism, uh, where this what does the ideal budget look like? And it was written by this back then 20-something millennial idiot, where in her budget, of course, I think it was like it was a shockingly high amount, like $600 a month should go to charity. Fuck you. No. You have one responsibility on this planet, and that is to take care of yourself. Hear me out on this. I got an idea, okay? Everyone get their sitting down chair. What if everyone just took care of themselves? We wouldn't need charity. That's right. Now, if there's like genuinely disabled, not I got a paper cut in the military. I need $2,000 a month from the VA. Not you assholes, and you should be ashamed. Right? Well, like you actually your leg was blown off, or you were born crippled, or accident, or children. Children are innocent. Okay, yeah, fine. You're not gonna get an argument from me there. But the the vast majority of charity is just pissed away on people who don't want to support themselves. That's it. Or maybe they do want to support themselves, but if you're going to give them free money, well, fuck yeah. I don't. Oh my God, I too have a paper cut from the War of 1812. Pension, please. I'm sorry, disability. What the heck? Where was I going with that? Yes, if everyone takes care of themselves, we would need a fraction of the charity we need now to help out those who are in genuine need. But no, I got the autisms. Oh, I got this. Oh, Trump. Oh, Republicans in the Senate. I was lied to. UBI, AI, whatever. The amount of able-bodied people we just give money to anyway. No, no, no. Stop giving them the money. Everyone takes care of themselves, and then see if we need charity. Uh, so you said my follow-up question would be regarding your thoughts on charity. It's tough for me to break out of decades of social conditioning. No, it's not. No, it's not. You say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Are you a helpless twig in a raging river? Ah, I just yeah, why are you asking me questions if if you are just helpless? Just a fart in a tornado, and tornado's just gonna throw you whichever way your flatulent gas entity self is. Why the fuck are you asking me questions about decisions? If I recall correctly, you are a minimalist. You can do without. You can postpone and do with you can go with minimalism, and you have rejected consumerism. You are not a glutton. You can resist those temptations, but then social conditioning. I've been socially conditioned to punch slow people in the checkout line. Well, I guess I better uncondition myself unless I want to land in jail. You can uncondition. You just don't give to charity anymore. You are either an agent or an object, one of the two. To see it as a good, but if you think charity ain't worth throwing excess capital at, then I will definitely reevaluate my perspective on it. But then where would or do you park yours? Invest in a business, microloan like the Kiva does, medical research to stuff that like cures cancer. Haven't really seen much written in your literature about this. Yes, because I don't donate to charity. It doesn't work. And it makes the problems worse, usually speaking. I mean, if I have done charity, it has been helping out individuals I know who generally had befallen upon bad times, like Thor and Missy. Missy got crippled in a car accident, then Thor got brain cancer. Those people I think deserve a little bit of charity. Kevin Savo, which many of you don't know, he had a financier back out and he needed a couple grand to finish filming a movie of his. I'm like, okay, I'll help you out. All right. Bad things can happen to good people. Oh, but otherwise, no, I do not donate to charity. No, I already donate. You do know 2/3 of your tax dollars go to pay for other people's shit, right? 40% of GDP goes to the government, state, federal, local, at least here in the United States. 2/3 of that, so what? Point 0.6, so a quarter of everybody's money goes to pay for somebody else's shit. Look, dude, if 1 in $4 doesn't solve the fucking problem, stop. We don't need to give more money. We need to cut it all off. I mean, the welfare state alone in the United States, what is it, 60 years, 35, 40 trillion, depending on how you want to account for inflation, but it's tens of trillions of dollars. We haven't solved one fucking problem. Oh, we got a lot of Democrats elected saying, hey, we're going to help you, i.e., you don't have to work. You live in piss and shit and squalor, but at least it's government housing. You don't have to work. But we haven't eliminated poverty. It doesn't work. I could give you a zillion examples. I mean, yeah, March of Dimes, okay. But show me where the money worked. Show me what we cured. Show me what we stopped. I, yeah, I spend my money. Hey, here's what I do. I don't ask other people for money. How's that? I don't require charity. A buddy needs some help. I'll help him out. I needed some help. My buddies helped me out physically with labor. I don't know. How about y'all start becoming adults and you take care of your own fucking problems? How about that? And then we lower taxes to 10% GDP. You get some extra money. I bet you could afford some housing then. Where do I park my I spend it on myself. By spend it on myself, I mean I invest it. So, 401, well, I don't have 401k, IRA, index investing, pretty much exclusively index investing. Back in the day, I'd pay off my house. I'd invested in my rental property. I bought tools, fixed up my car. That's what I did. Because as far as I'm concerned, if I am taking care of myself and I'm not a fucking parasite begging other people to give me part of their finite life because I'm too fucking lazy to go work for a job to earn my own damn food. I think I'm doing my job. I think if I'm not parasitic upon society, then there's my contribution to society. I didn't cost you nothing. So I don't have to help you out with anything. And last I checked, no one really was offering me any help my entire life. But then where do you park yours? Invest in a business? Yeah, I obviously invested in asshole consulting, as much as that camera and this thing cost. Micro loans like Kiva does. I don't know what that does. Medical research for stuff like cures to cancer, which they haven't come up with, huh? Oh, we got a vaccine real quick, but we haven't cured. Took us 30 years to cure AIDS or to treat it to the point that it's effective. You can live a normal life. Oh, we still haven't cured the cancer, huh? How much did we spend on that again? In fairness, we have learned to treat it and all that, but no. Like, how about not my problem? How about everyone takes care? Now, cancer. There's an innocent victim there. There, I could see St. Jude's children. If you had an estate and you had some extra money, you knew you were not going to outlive it. I mean, that there's worse things to donate money to. But how about no, no? You might want to. Hadn't really seen much written in your literature about this topic. You might want to kick this idea around if you ever roll on content. Let's say there's someone that saved up, lived single, bachelor lifestyle with lots of safety margin, and as he's getting older, is accumulating substantially more than he needs thanks to the miracle of compound interest. At some point, there's got to be something better to do with the excess money than make line on spreadsheet go up and to the right. All right. So I'm not kidding. I've actually thought about like, well, what if I like if I had no heirs? I was thinking like, man, I so don't want future Americans getting my stuff. I feel like, well, I could burn my house down. I could I could convert everything to cash and put it on fire. But then the government would just print off more money and be inflated. Or so it'd be pointless. But um yeah, if you have that much money, you have no doubt met some friends, some of whom could actually use some help. For example, I just had to do estate planning, and I left different components of my estate to different people who would help the most. For example, Atham will take ASO consulting in Espanol. He doesn't want to go to Jack. I've left money and wealth. Some guy say, "Hey, you got a gun?" No. All right. Well, if I die, you get my gun. That kind of thing. So yeah, you're right. You gotta do something with it. And man, I'd be giving it to individuals because charity is best the closer you are. You know their personal situation. The furthest away you could get is giving it to the government. So Democrats and Karens like the one picture there could just go ahead and piss away the taxpayers' money so they can be self-employed, so they can be employed through some welfare jobs program and you can get more Democrat voters. That's the furthest away. So there's no responsibility with that. But if you want to be charitable, what, you don't know people within your community? You don't have a friend that could use a little bit of help? So that's what I would do. And then, yeah, if you got an estate, yeah, a lot of bachelors and bachelorettes are going to face this. You're going to have something with it. So maybe nieces and nephews. And even then, like my nieces and nephews aren't in. It's, I don't know if you're going to turn out to be some Marxist, purple haired, pain in the ass, commie Marxist bitch. No, I got to see you be like a competent 30-year-old who supports himself. But if you go and become a parasite upon society, charity's hard, especially when you have a degenerate culture, a degenerate population. So I would look long and hard for some charities. Like if you don't have individuals in your life, I'd look long and hard at charities that are good. St. Jude's Children is about the only one that comes to mind because it's children. Even foster homes, you're like, oh well, they help the kids. Do they? Do they? I know they feed and clothe them, but are they actually doing their best to get these kids out? What are they teaching them in this foster school system? Um, I have just seen because I've been around. I was born 10 years after the welfare state started. In my entire life, I haven't seen any progress. If anything, I've seen people abuse the money and churn out worse people because of it. So let's go through why charity doesn't work, why why you should be very skeptical of donating money to even if it's for a noble cause. And then if there is any kind of noble cause, how do you treat charity as a very serious because you can hurt people, you could fuck them up. All right. First, charity doesn't solve the problem. Name me one charity, aside from the March of Dimes, that solved the problem. So, from a very practical standpoint, if it's not solving the problem, then we should immediately stop it. We haven't solved poverty. We've gone the other way with hunger. Everyone's obese now. I understand some things need to be treated like cancer, okay? Children's cancer, especially. Like we don't have the solution yet. This kid could use whatever a treatment, a bed. Fine. All right. I can see that. But everything the Great Society set out to do, all this money you give panhandling, you're just feeding the raccoons, you're feeding the wildlife, you're making them dependent. You're not helping them. It's that you do not solve the problem. Secondly, obviously, it perpetuates the problem. You enable these people. I've known people that have had over $250,000 spent on them. Every possible uh touchy-feely, bleeding heart, liberal, nonprofit type. "Oh, well, you're just having problems." Oh, yeah. Court systems going easy on these people. "Oh, just misunderstood. Beep, 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 beep." No, and all you did was just keep enabling them, enabling them, enabling them. And the third thing is you ruin these people's lives. Unearned money is the worst drug. It's the worst drug, and I'm not the one to come up with it. That's turd flinging monkey, right? If you get unearned money, it's worse than heroin. And you could see it in different facts, the spoiled, rotten kid whose parents are ultimately rich. The American Indian community, where it's not even necessarily welfare, it's due to treaties that are honored. Well, yeah, you get all this money, get everything bought and paid for. And you're like, well, yeah, you kind of took their land. Makes sense. But at the same time, it's still the effect of unearned money. You could say it was earned generations ago of it. True. But man, you want to see poverty? You want to see what a destructive force unearned money is? Go to one of the reservations, go down to Pine Ridge. Poverty, crime, crimes of not the good. I mean, there's no good crime, but the pretty horrific shit type of crime, if you know what I'm saying. Drugs, no employment, no industry, alcohol, abuse, depression, not just the crime. It's a miserable life. Miserable fucking life. What? You think people living in the projects are happy? Oh, don't worry. Liberal white Karens across America have felt really good. Their being just felt wonderful for the past 50 years, taking their husband's money and giving it to poor people. Yeah, but you ruin people's lives in the entire prod. But it doesn't matter. The liberal white women felt good. I'm such a good person. They got the virtue say, destroyed generations of poor people. Generations, mind you, but at least you felt good with your fucking social work program, sweetheart. Great. Good for you. um the reason why it ruins people's lives, and this is it shields people from reality. And if you're shielded from reality, you're a little kid. Yeah, you got to be shielded from reality. You get killed or kidnapped, or you're not old enough to till the fields or whatever. But now and it's not charity. Now it's just welfare. That's all it is. All you done is shielded people from having to work for a living, from having to lift their own weights to build their own muscle mass and strength to actually go become, self-supporting adults. I'm not saying we're all going to become Jeff Bezos and make trillions of dollars and employ hundreds of thousands of people. But again, getting back to the individual, look, one of the best things that happened to me is I didn't get any help. I I had to do it. Why are you so independent? Oh my God, you're really responsible. Yeah, you would be too if there was no help. If it was you're gonna starve or be homeless or you're gonna figure it out, you'll figure it out. You'll work, you'll show up on time. And look at how weak and even charitable in another sense we've become We're just tolerating the dumbest fucking excuses from the world's laziest people. "Oh, I have time. I actually have a mental problem with being on time." Fuck you. I bet you'll be on time if you're starving. Why starvation and cold and hunger is good things. You should let it happen to people. Unless, of course, like a kid or disabled or whatever else, but fully able-bodied people like, "Oh, no, let them starve, let them suffer." And no, don't give them food. No, there shouldn't be a soup kitchen. Some people gotta get to that point where, like, I am gonna die if I don't shut the fuck up and do what somebody says for money within a legal amount, obviously. But yeah, all you do, and again, the default setting on humans is laziness. If you give them enough money, they'll make that money stretch. They'll get by easily on $10,000 a year, not have to work. It's why you see the majority of poor people instead of like taking the money and oh, well, I could sleep in and get some really good grades in engineering. No, they just sit there, buy the chicken tendies, put them in their armpits, play video games. Oh my God, I have a case of the disorder types. What type? Yeah, just the one that you got to give me the fun drugs for. I need my Adderall. Oh my God. Here I come, liberal white Karen woman to save the day. Hubby, I need more of your money. I got to help this rando over here who's probably going to stab me later, but I'll feel good about myself. Give him the money. Oh, shock. Sitting on his ass and spitting out kids. Um, Charity, especially in the United States, way too easy to take advantage of. Way too easy. I mean, not only from the government, man, you see these panhandles, you can just watch them. What is it with you middle-aged white women? You just got to go and give your children's inheritance away. What? What is it helping complete thieves and randos and strangers that hate your gun? What is it with like you ain't got no love at home? Do you hate society? Do you hate America? Have you thought about helping out, your loved ones or your fellow American or your fellow worker? And I don't that naivete, you rubes, you yokels who are so easily taken advantage of and duped. And in some sense, they're taking advantage of government charity or nonprofit charity, whatever kind of charity. Um, Street smart cleverly, but at the same time, they don't realize, yeah, okay, fine, you panhandled for 8 hours today and you made off with $100. Had you worked a regular job and just gotten some training, you'd be making 2 or 3 times that amount. And would be baking out in the sun, smelling like a foot in an ass. But y'all enable it. Y'all keep giving those panhandlers money. Y'all keep going, oh my God, they came up with a sad story. I gotta give them more money. As long as it's not mine. Hobby. It enriches thieves and assholes, meaning the people that run the nonprofits or the biggest nonprofit, the Democrat Party. This is where they even had to go and start auditing those 503Cs. Like, you're just using it to scam people out of their money. I love it when we're raising awareness, the funding, and then you look at the budget, 90% goes to champagne cocktail parties and some rich guy's trophy wife who's bored with her social work degree wants to go raise awareness and maybe 2 cents on the dollar actually makes it in the hand of some poor kid. No, no. I mean, I'm street smart enough to know we should be ending all charities, all of them, all 503Cs. No, you want to help out someone, you donate money directly to them. That's how you do it. You don't need to go through an organization. You don't need to go through an entity or 503C. And sure the fuck not the government. But there's so many con men and con women who depend on nonprofits, whether it's the government or actual 503Cs or 501Bs or whatever they're called, because they don't want to work. And they'll get you to donate the money. And then like, oh my God, I remember again, liberal white woman almost got killed running across traffic to donate money to this kid who's panhandling outside of a Chipotle. She just was so proud of herself. It's like, I don't know, could you take the same pride and maybe raise a kid or be hot for your husband. What about that? Wouldn't that motivate him to work a little bit harder? Son would be self-supporting. Nope, I'm gonna help a complete rando. Like, fuck off. I do believe that is like being a traitor. It's like help the productive people within your community, not the parasites. Um, and then ultimately, in your particular case, it wastes monies that could otherwise be spent improving your life. Yeah, yeah, you might have some left over. Okay, cross that bridge when you get there. And you should go find a charity. But, dude, your life would be a lot easier if you didn't have to worry about forking over a quarter of your already limited income to a bunch of people who, frankly, are just going to piss it away. I okay, down the road, find a worthwhile charity, but why don't you just spend it on yourself? I don't mean in a frivolous sense, but why don't you get a good quality car that won't break down? That money will go to help support the families of the Toyota worker. Hey, there's a hardworking man. You want to help someone? Help a worker. Oh, I don't know. So you got a small condo, right? And you I'm trying to think of something. You want a new couch because your current couch is ratty, and you need just a nice couch to sleep on, right? Minimalism. Well, you employ the person who manufactures the couch. I mean, it's probably done by a machine in China, but the guy who presses the button in China to tell the machine to assemble the couch. What's wrong with, quote, being charitable by buying things to employ people to give them jobs? You get some production along the way. Yeah, I would draw the line at Ferraris and dumbass shit like that, obviously. But what is so wrong about you? Oh, you went out and you okay, you're a minimalist, but you know what? You want to go out and eat. You're like me, you wanna get some poke bowl. What, didn't you just employ some people buying the poke bowl? No, no, let's just because you're let's say you made a $250,000, your $250,000 estate, you gotta donate to charity because then you're gonna die. Yeah, because your 250,000 compared to what? The 35,000,000,000,000. Always laugh at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I don't know, separate foundations because you get divorced because they know what the fuck they're doing. You know, like Bill Gates is gonna donate his whatever, $100,000,000,000. It's like, dude, the government pisses that away. I think in like a week and a half, 2 weeks on nonprofit shit, state, federal, and local. In 2 weeks, certainly no more than a month. "Oh, yeah, Bill, you're gonna stop well, yeah, you're gonna help," and then here you come along with, "Oh, well, I'm gonna make a difference." No, no, you won't. You will make it worse. You'll just keep enabling it. You'll piss away money. Why don't you give the money to like some hardworking kid? Why don't you create your own nonprofit with very strict requirements? Hey, you got to be majoring in engineering or accounting. You can't be a Democrat. There could be no Marxist. You cannot advocate parasitism. You must be a contributing working member of society. How about helping out some trades kids? There's a good trades program, and the school. I'd be careful because then the principal, I gotta get 40% off the top. I gotta pay the union, and then the actual kid gets 30 cents of learning how to maybe weld for 10 seconds. Or kind of the situation I'm in. I'm like, well, I guess kind of got to earmark it now. Okay, you'll get that, you'll get that, you'll get that, and it's people I know who worked at it who aren't going to piss the money away. I got people in my will like who make more money than me. But I know they're not gonna one guy doesn't have a pistol. I'm like, "Well, if I die by the time before you buy a pistol, but if you buy a pistol, let me know because you won't need a pistol." This guy makes 250,000 a year. He's like, "Oh, can I have that Glock?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can have it, sure." If I die in a car accident, sure, because he's earned it. No, no, let me sell it in this state and give 40% to a bunch of fucking welfare bums. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. And you know what you should do? And maybe it's just because I work security. Go to like go to where like they're issuing food. Like a church, okay? Go to a church where they're issuing food. I want you to notice 2 things. 1, look at how much nicer all the cars are than yours, okay, who line up to get there. And then go walk around like 10 minutes after they close the food. Just walk around the area, walk up and down the sidewalks. See how much shit people have thrown away because they don't like beans or they don't like asparagus or something. Instead of saving as they know I don't want that, giving it, they just throw it on the ground. Fucking people are despicable. They're fucking scum. I'm gonna help the poor people. Oh. That's what happens when you don't let life beat the shit out of people and make them appreciate the value of a dollar and hard work. And here you are, you're charity, huh? And if I think did you say hang on, did you say you were a Catholic? I don't know if you were Catholic. Uh, safety margin, at some point, da da da. I think you said, yeah. Maybe you're not Catholic. Maybe I was thinking of somebody else. I don't give a shit what the church says, Catholic or not. I don't care what Christianity says about donating tenth, tithing. No, no. You're already tithing. You're already paying way more than 10% for others if you got a job. So I would I mean, there's my answer. You're not helping anyone, you're perpetuating the problem, you're wasting people's lives, you're denying them the much needed reality. And by the way, once people learn that, oh my God, death, starvation, cold, hunger, homelessness, I better get my shit together. And then you know what else? They realize, well, it took me this long to get my shit together and how hard it is to work. You know what they do? They start appreciating other people and how hard they got to work so they don't waste each other's time. Like, oh God, no, they got to, don't you know? Like, this is where I'm, if I see, well, like a family, people having dinner. Back in the day, it probably meant something a little bit more. We're like, well, that's a pretty big deal. They're having dinner. Don't interrupt their dinner. And then somebody's kid is crying and screaming. The first thing you should do is get that kid the fuck out of there. So you're not interrupting anybody else's dinner. They're trying to have that one nice night, that one nice moment that week with the family. Like dad might have gotten a raise or something like that. And if you're an asshole, if you've never had you're loud, obnoxious, you don't give a fuck about other people. But if you had to work and like know what it took to get there, you're like, whoa, hey, they worked hard. Your son starts acting up like, hey, do we need to go outside? We'll go outside, but we're not going to interrupt this family. Nonstop trade. When is Cappy giving back to the community? When the community gives to me. When the community returns my money to me, then I'll give back to the community. Plains Warrior, $2. Please give to the Plains Warrior Foundation. Is it wait now? Is it is it just you? I'd rather just give you the money. Yes, I would rather just give you the. But is there actually a thing called the Plains Warrior Foundation? Hang on, let me look it up. Plains Warrior Foundation. Special Operations Warrior Foundation. Okay, so it's just you. Plains Warrior National Museum of American Indian. I honestly, yeah. You guys want because here the Plains Warrior Foundation, the Human Fund by Art Vandelay. Alex Patino, $5. If you ever donate to any charity organization, remember that for every dollar you give, about 10 to 15 cents actually gets to the end result. About that, yeah. If you're lucky, this is why we used to have communities. You used to be able to go over and help out your buddies. And that's why I'm like eternally thankful for the friends I got. They came over, they helped me. And I went over and helped them. There's an old timey guy in poker. He can't mow his own yard. I went over there and mowed his yard. That's like 100% effort he gets, not 15% of my effort. God, could you imagine a bunch of liberal white Karens trying to run a lawn mowing nonprofit to help old timers with the money? Oh, God. Only 3% of the mows would ever get yards would ever get mowed. This is what community and brotherhood was for. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field again. The charity org needs to pay its people and CEO. Right, exactly. It's a scam. It's look. After how many years, how many decades of failing? It's like it's no different than the psychology industry. Like, dude, after how many years of everyone's communal mental health getting worse, do we have to admit, like, fucking psychologists don't know what the fuck they're talking about? Same thing with economists. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're making it worse. Get the fuck out of here, you hacks and frauds. Chase Robideau, $2. I donate to end TBA from Arrested Development. Oh god, I don't get the inside joke. I don't. Drew, $2. What's the biggest dude bro business scam today? Well, we had 2 videos on annuities. Those are kinda scammy. I don't know if they're the biggest. It was house flipping, when interest rates were low. I guess maybe not the biggest, but one of the ones at the forefront has gotta be the video game industry where it's all, live service, bro, microtransactions, bro. I don't know what the biggest. Usually those bubbles gotta form when the economy's booming, and right now the economy ain't booming. But yeah, beforehand it was dot coms. There'd be your finance bros going in finance that. Then you had fintech more recently with the second dot com bubble. Housing flipping with the low interest rates. Yeah, I don't know what the I'd have to pay attention. Naughty DJ Aftershock, $5. Charity activists are obnoxious, worse than weed do bros. Yeah, man, smoke. We're gonna gamble someone's retirement away. Smoke. 420, blaze it up, man. Drew, $5. I still get monthly DEI newsletters from my old job. I don't know what the wars in Ukraine and Israel have anything to do with local and state government. Right. What if we just took that money and paid our employees more? That's just me. Again, not a Democrat, but I'm just thinking like, hey, could we get everybody like an extra $5? That's like it's like an okay sandwich, isn't it? Drew, $2. Nonprofits are run by mentally insane people. No, they're ran by psychopaths. They are sociopaths. Every great once in a while you find an actual charity, but not really. Cyberbully, $10. I'm disillusioned with tech and engineering. Would have never said this 5 years ago, but I want to get an MBA, go to a bigger, better city, work a cushy gig, bang hot chicks like my colleagues who escaped engineering. I don't know if they are. I don't know anyone who's successful with an MBA, to be perfectly honest, or because of their MBA. I mean, there is that. Is that still a thing where the engineer gets the MBA and you're groomed for management? Bang hot chicks like are they really? Or is that just what you see they let you see on the internet? Everyone's life looks great on the internet, even mine. My free lifestyle, $10. I don't think the upper elite want competition, so they don't want smart people getting the money. God damn. They deserve they enable the charities because it helps nobody. They enable the charities because it helps nobody. So what they use charities to keep people down and keep them soft? I don't think that. I think a much simpler explanation is the upper elite, there's usually an income generator. You saw that on what was the movie, but it was in the book. Hank Reedman's wife. Um Usually it is the social classes around the actual producers, typically trophy wives or sugar husbands or whatever. And Bipsy's bored and wants to help out with the homeless kitties or something. And the husband's like, here's your fucking money, get out of my face. Look it up. It happened in Atlas Shrugged, where Hank Reardon comes to a party that's being thrown at his own mansion by his wife because and everyone's like basically a financial parasite. And he just goes into his office and starts working because that's what he likes. I don't think it's a conscious thing. I think rich people get a lot of money. They don't want to work. Like they inherit it, or they marry into it, or somehow they're adjacent to it. And then like, oh my God, let's go. I mean, look at Leonardo DiCaprio. Great actor, by the way. But yeah, well, yeah, tell me you got too much money too quickly. Now you're gonna save the planet. Shut the fuck up. Go bang your 12-year-old girlfriend. I kid. We're proud of you, Leo. Keep trading them in for young models like 25. I kid. Um, yeah, it's a simpler explanation. Drew, $5. An NFL exec got fired for calling sports fans high school educated as alcoholics. I immediately thought about Curse of the High IQ, but he's right. He's right. Which NFL? Now, You gotta fire him. He's costing you money. Um, but he's right though. High school educated alcoholics. I wish I was in charge of $1 billion company. I'd hire that guy. I'm like, come on, we got a place for you. We'll find a spot for you. Hang on. Orlando Jones, $10. Hi, I got your newest book. Really good so far. Bye. Have a good night. Well, thanks, Orlando. Wait, the World Without Men? I think that's the latest one. Plains Warrior, $2. It's just me. Yeah, you might as well. Go ahead, have it. The Plains Warrior fun. Where would the proceeds go? People, you don't have to do another super chat. I always tell people, it goes to Pokeball or it goes to this. Actually, things are going to go to Pokeball. I just finished staining the deck. Just sealed the deck. It's all good. Universal coordinate, 15 Australian. I just donate to you, Cappy. Money well spent if you ask me. I don't piss it away. I'll tell you that. I get, yeah, sure. I get the occasional cigar. I did buy, here, I'll show you guys. Check out this dope pimp hat. I went to a 70s party. I went down to the Halloween store. I got this pimp hat, and I got my old white suit that I bought back in Wyoming. I even added the rose. See, you see that rose? Pimp hat. That's one of the more frivolous purchases, but otherwise, yeah, lumber, stain, deck stain. That's where some of the money went. Now that it's all done, famous last words. Now the money's going to be spent frivolously. now we're gonna buy, I don't know, Pokeball when I get to Vegas. Not a lot of food to buy out here in Rapid City. Ew, a hazmat trucker, $5. Would Trump's plan to eliminate all tax on overtime work actually have a significant economic impact on your opinion? I usually work 20 hours per week. It'd help. It would increase the deficit. Here's surprise. Trump just taxed and spended anyway. He made money printer go burr. You would have an expansionary fiscal policy under that, meaning he would lower taxes. You guys would have more money. They'd run deficits, meaning they print off the money because ain't nobody buying U.S. bonds no more. The world would eat our inflationary dick because their currencies are worse. And then, yeah, you'd spend your money to have this compounding effect or multiplier effect until the point in time came that we'd have to tax future generations to pay back not only the debt, but the interest that accrued on that debt, taking future economic growth away from the future. I mean, that's all deficit spending is we steal economic production from the future to have it now. Ask the boomers. If you eliminated the tax on overtime, which, by the way, now we all get to calculate that and figure it out. So that's a pain in the ass. I'm not a fan of Trump. And you were to have the decrease in revenue offset by spending less money on welfare, thereby forcing people to go and actually work and produce more, then you'd have economic growth and you would not have a negative side effect. It's just that some people have to get jobs. that would help both you and the country, but generally it only help you at the expense of future Americans if we didn't offset the spending somewhere. Bull Muscle, $5. Create one's own charity. Directly donate to people you deem worthy, or stick to stuff like childhood cancer. Seems like 3 good enough ideas for me. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. There's so few, and then you sit and you think about it and you realize there are so few people who deserve the money. So few. I even found out that the Innocence Project, now they're just trying to get regular old criminals off, I guess now. Where I was like, oh, that seems like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be stuck in jail. They're like, oh, no, they're just trying to get everyone. I'm like, okay, fine. There's no good people. There's no fucking good people anymore. So you might as well spend it on yourself. Or go buy a house in the Philippines, which technically you can't do. But you could employ some good, hardworking Filipino people and have yourself a nice little house. But you can't do that, so you'd have to go somewhere else where you could buy a house. All right, that's it. Link below. I don't know. Is it enjoy the decline? Batch of pet economics? I don't know. Don't donate to charity. Save the money for yourself. We'll see you guys later.